Sir, good morning, Jayaraman sir. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir. Sir. Good morning,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
I am also able to hear your voice, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Caesar. Caesar, நீங்களா எனக்கு சரி டக்குன்னு அடையாளம் மதிவானன் கேக்குதா?
கேக்குது சார்.
சார் குட் மார்னிங் சார், முத்துக்குமார் சார். குட் மார்னிங் டு ஆல் சார். Shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir. Ready, sir.
Madhivanan, are you ready? Madhivanan, you have to speak loud. Your sound is not audible. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Professor, good morning, Professor Muthukumar sir. Start பண்ணலாமா சார்? Sir, able to hear me, sir? Professor Muthukumar sir.
I think there is a problem with the Professor Muthukumar's audio.
ஒரு மெசேஜ் அனுப்பிடலாமா?
You may put in the chat box.
Yeah.
Put in the chat box.
மூட்ல போட்டுருக்காருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Professor Muthukumar sir, your mic is in mute, I think.
No, he can't hear us.
Ah.
Professor Muthukumar, can you hear us? Professor, you are on mute now. Professor, your mic is on mute now. Can you please unmute?
Professor வந்து still able to hear, no?
Yeah, I think he is trying to rejoin.
Yeah.
Professor, can you please unmute your mic?
Ask to unmute வருது. Professor, I couldn't find the message column.
I will type, sir, otherwise.
Message இங்க இருக்கு. Message column எது?
Sir, I am typing now.
Okay. I am also want to.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Sir, now we are சார் பாக்குறீங்களா கேக்குங்களா? ப்ரொஃபசர் சொல்லுங்க ப்ரொஃபசர், குட் மார்னிங். அப்படியா? இப்ப நாங்க எல்லாரும் பேசுறது, we are myself and external examiner, sir, and everybody is making conversation. Each other we are able to hear, sir. இப்பதான் just only we are able to hear your voice.
Okay,
என்னுடைய இதெல்லாம் வந்து அன்மியூட்ல தான் இருக்கு. மை மைக் அண்ட் எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் அன்மியூட்.
but I cannot hear you, sir. எதுவுமே I cannot hear you.
அப்படியா? உங்க இதுல யாராவது ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் பார்க்க சொல்லுங்க சார். பட் we are all able to hear our conversation.
Okay, கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க சார்.
சரிங்க சார். ஓகே சார், நோ ப்ராப்ளம்.
Professor, we can hear you now. I can hear you now. Can you hear us? Professor?
Sir, we are able to hear his voice, but he is unable to hear our voice. His speaker is maybe some problem.
Yes, now he is on mute. Previously he was audible. I think both mic and speaker.
மைக் வந்து இந்த மைக் வந்து ஆடிபிளா இருக்காது. அது கால் வச்சுக்காருல்ல, அது சும்மா சாதா இது. வாய்ஸ் வேணும்னாங்க ரைட் பண்ணா டைரக்டா போங்க.
Professor, good morning.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, viva-voce. Are you okay now, sir? Professor?
Okay, sir. Okay. Screen is visible.
Visible. Yeah. Screen is okay. Sir, Professor Muthukumar, sir, are you able to hear?
Jairam sir, sometimes
yes, sir.
Sometimes as an admin you have to unmute him because his mic is constantly on mute. I don't know whether he was given permission to unmute and speak. Just check, sir. Sometimes.
Okay.
Sir, we have given permission to all, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Others mic or my mic?
Others.
Ask to unmute. Now okay, sir?
No, I think professor is not.
அட்மின்ல வந்து சாருடைய பெற்று வர மாட்டேன். நான் எப்படி ஸ்பீட் ஷேர் பண்றது? இது பண்ணுமா? இது ஃபுல் ஸ்கிரீன்ல எப்படி வரணும்? Dr. Caesar.
Yes, sir.
Now you are okay, I am okay. For Muthukumar having some problem in my speaker,
yes.
I think.
I think he left the
Others are
place.
waiting, I think.
Yeah. He left the place. Camera is
Sir,
on,
left,
but his camera is on, but he is not on the chair. His mic is constantly on the. He
The
is
Viva
coming.
2207,
No, he is coming back. His video shows his name. You see.
இது நம்ம எப்படி வந்து இது பண்ண ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர்
Sir, we may ask him to come through mobile, sir.
இல்ல இல்ல ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணு. எனக்கு வந்து வாரத்துல போயிருக்குல்ல. இப்ப என்னுடைய இது வந்து ஃபுல்லா வரணும்னா ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் வர மாட்டேங்குது. என்னுடைய இது ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் வர மாட்டேங்குது. நான் ஏதாவது பண்ண ஓகே அவருடைய அப்படியே இருக்கட்டுமா? நான் பேசிட்டு என்ன பண்ணலாம்? செல்வி ஸ்டார்ட் ஏ பண்றாரு. அடிக்கடி ஏதாவது கட்டாக
Professor, we can see you, but we can't hear you. Can you hear us?
Myself?
சாரோட ஹெட்போன்ல ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கலாம் சார். ஹெட்போனை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
ப்ரொஃபசர் முத்துக்குமார் ப்ரொஃபசர்
கேக்கல.
ஹலோ சார், கண்ணன் சார் ஃபோன் பண்ணி கேளுங்க. சார் ப்ரொஃபசர் முத்துக்குமார் சார் கேக்குதுங்களா? ஆர் ஏபிள் டு ஹியர்? அவர் மியூட் பண்ணிருக்காரு சார். வீட்டுலதான் இருக்கு சார். அப்படியா? இப்ப நீங்க மியூட்ல தான் இருக்கீங்களா? நீங்க மியூட்ல இருக்க உங்க மைக் வந்து மியூட்ல இருக்கு. ஆமா, இல்ல நீங்க அன்மியூட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா நீங்க பேசுறது எங்களுக்கு கேட்கும். உங்களுக்கு மியூட்ல இருந்தா நான் பேசுறது கேட்கும்.
இல்ல நீங்க பேசுறது எனக்கு எதுவும் கேட்கல. எனக்கு அதுதான் ப்ராப்ளம். ஆமா,
இருங்க நான் வந்து இது பண்றேன்.
ஏன்னா போன்ல கனெக்ட் பண்ணி பார்த்தாலும் வரல.
நான் பேச கேட்கல உங்களுக்கு.
இப்ப கேட்கல சார்.
நம்ம ஆர் ஏபிள் டு ஹியர்? கேட்கலையா?
என்ன ஆப்ஷன்?
அதான்.
Professor, you are now unmute. Can you hear us? You are now unmute. We can hear you, but can you hear us? I think there is some problem with the speaker also.
சார் அவரோட ஹெட்போன்ல கூட ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கலாம் சார்.
இதுல கனெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்கேன்.
Now we can hear you, Professor. Can you hear us?
Okay, sir.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. Jayaraman sir, I think we can start now.
Unmute my mic. Now okay? My voice is clear?
Yeah, it's clear, sir.
Okay, sir. Good morning to everyone present here for the online viva examination of my student, Mr. J. Madhivanan. Respected external examiner, Dr. Anthony Caesar, senior scientist from Rajagiri Research Department, Research, College of
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir. It is not clear.
Good morning to Professor. I extend my warm welcome. Breaking. Break out. Sir, my voice is breaking, sir. Sir, my voice is breaking.
Yes, sir. The audio is not clear, and also there is some echo. I think some others also sitting next to you. It may be because of that problem.
ரெக்கார்டிங் பண்ணிருக்குது அவங்க ரெக்கார்டிங் ஜெனரலா ஓகே ஆடி ஹலோ ஓகே கொஞ்சம் இன்டர்நெட் தான் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு வேணா எங்களை கனெக்ட் பண்ணிவிடுங்க One minute, sir. So far it was very clear. Now only this problem, I think. Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now okay?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear. Okay. I repeat once again. Okay. Good morning to everyone present here for the online viva-voce examination of my student J. Madhivanan. I respected Anthony Caesar, senior scientist from Rajagiri College, Dr. Professor Muthukumar sir, and one and all present here for the viva-voce examination. I extend my warm welcome to attending this viva-voce examination. Now, my student Mr. J. Madhivanan carried out his PhD thesis entitled Efficacy of Groundnut Ham Compost Combined with the different biofertilization farmyard manure on Arachis hypogaea lin variety Virgin GN7. Now, my sincere duty to introduce about the examiner, Dr. Caesar. Dr. Caesar is currently working as a senior scientist in Biosciences Research Department, Rajagiri College of Science, Social Sciences, Kalamseri. Dr. Caesar completed his UG PG from Bharathidasan University and he done his MPhil degree from Bharatiyar University and he completed his PhD in Bharathidasan University. Dr. Caesar is specialized in plant biotechnology, particularly genomics and molecular biology. Dr. Caesar has teaching and research experience about more than 20 years. He is guiding MPhil and PhD students. He completed 5 MPhil students and 3 PhD students. Dr. Caesar has visited many countries. He visited UK for carrying out the Marie Curie fellowship, visiting fellowship. He has many awards like Mary Curie International Incoming Fellow, European Union World University Network Research, Canada and UK, University of Leeds, UK, and is also CTEP International Travel Grant to Leeds, UK, and Belspo, Non-European Postdoctoral Fellow to Belgium, and also Best Researcher Award in Loyola College. Dr. Caesar is published more than 60 research papers and written books of about 7 papers, physics and biotechnology journals, and reviewed more than 60 research papers. And also, Caesar is a sincere researcher. I need not to tell about more about him. He is achieving many more things and he is conducting international symposium and everything. It is my sincere duty to welcome him. We welcome you. We give a warm welcome, Dr. Caesar.
Thank you,
And
sir.
about the university nominee, Professor Muthukumar, sir, is a well-known research professor in Bharatiya University Botany Department. He is a sincere, dedicated researcher carrying out advanced research in mycology and related microbiological research. So he is published many research papers, guiding many students. I not have a statistical thing from him. I did not get the thing. So he is an excellent professor. I know. He is proposed as a university nominee to observe this viva-voce examination. And Mr. Madhivanan, about the candidate, he is working as an assistant professor in botany department, Government Arts College, Tiruvannamalai. He is also working in B.Ed college, and he is a sincere and dedicated researcher. He carry out a good agricultural oriented application research in groundnut with biomanure and biofertilizers. So with these things, information, I call upon Dr. Caesar to start the viva-voce examination. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr.
Dr. Caesar?
Jayakumar. Yeah. Let me
Jairam.
start. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your nice introduction. Respected Professor Muthukumar, University nominee to observe the speakers viva-voce. Respected Dr. Jayaraman, convener and supervisor. Esteemed professors, scientists, scholars, and students. Good morning to all. I am joining from Kochi online. Now I invite Mr. J. Madhivanan to present his PhD findings. Kindly take about 30 to maximum 40 minutes to present your findings and highlight of results and your future insights. Then I will come back again to further continue the proceedings. Now I invite Mr. Madhivanan. Over to Mr. Madhivanan.
Madhivanan.
Good morning to one and all present in this online gathering. I am J. Madhivanan, research scholar, part-time Ph.D, category B, Department of Botany, Bharatiya University, Coimbatore. I am here to present my PhD thesis on efficacy of groundnut and compost combined with different biofertilizers and farmyard manure and Arachis hypogaea in varieties VRGN7. Under the guidance of Dr. P. Jayaraman, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Government Arts College, Nandanam, Chennai. Groundnut is one of the important cash commercial crop in Asia, Africa, and South Africa. It is mainly used as sources of food such as vegetable oil, vegetable protein, boiled mixture of protein with fiber. The groundnut arms are the outer cells of groundnut rich in nutrition in high demand for powder mixed in animal feed and used for organic fertilizer. The main production concerns for groundnut include abiotic cells such as temperature, poor soil fertility, low pH, calcium deficiency, and the lowest microbial population of soil. They manage abiotic stress tolerance, aflatoxin management, high yield, and disease resistance development lead crop management practice for increasing profitability and sustainability of groundnut production essential. Therefore, the present study is focused on growth biochemical parameters, yield characteristics of groundnut, and soil parameters of groundnut cultivated soil. The groundnut compost is used to improve the soil nutrition as well as the vibrable quality of the soil during the crop cultivation. Farmyard manure is selected due to rich organic matter required for supplementing the nutrition through the other manner to provide nutrition to plants. It will also improve the soil structure of mainly the effect of soil aggregates. Organic matter is biofertilizers, increase cation ion exchange capacity, water holding capacity, and the phosphate availability of the soil, and it reduces the nitrogen loss due to slow release of nutrition. Based on this view, the present study was designed to carry out the effect of groundnut and compost combined with different biofertilizers such as acetobacter, azospirillum, phosphobacteria, rhizobium, and the farmyard manure on growth of yield parameters of groundnut. It shows the Arachis hypogaea belongs to family Fabaceae with the genus Arachis species hypogaea. The groundnut compost is decomposed groundnut obtained from pods after the separation of seeds. The groundnut cells rich in organic and inorganic nutrition required for the growth of plants. Groundnut compost is also called as agricultural grab residue separated after harvesting and innovating by mechanical or manual methods. But biofertilizer is living materials such as bacteria, fungi, and blue-green algae. I have selected 4 bacteria genus Acetobacter, Azospirillum, Phosphobacteria, Rhizobium. Farmyard manure is being to in rich matter required supplementing the nutrition to the soil. Farmyard manure is also providing nutrition to the plants, but also improving the soil structure by binding effect of the soil. Farmyard manure is used for crop cultivation traditionally by farmers, which is also more useful to organic framing, improve the growth. The control of soil pollution due to the chemical fertilizer. I hope that the current research will be more useful and way of future research in the field of agriculture. Objectives to observe the effectiveness of groundnut compost combined with different biofertilizers and farmyard manure on seed germination percentage, growth, morphological parameters, and the yield parameters in Arachis hypogaea. To assess the biochemical parameters such as photosynthetic pigments, protein content, amino acid content, carbohydrates, reducing sugars, non-reducing sugars, and the enzyme activities of Arachis hypogaea. To evaluate the oil content of physiochemical properties of oil in Arachis hypogaea. To determine the physiochemical properties of the oil that inoculated the groundnut compost, different biofertilizers, and the farmyard manure for groundnut cultivation. Materials and methods. Collection of groundnut seeds were collected from regional oil research institute, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Virudachalam, Kodalur. Preparation of groundnut compost was collected from agricultural field in Arnagari Mangalam village, Tiruvannamalai. The crushed groundnut cells and the plant materials were piled loosely in compost pit and provided better aeration and moisture. For better composting the swamps, Icinia fodida collected from Department of Geology, Annamalai University, Tirumburam. Farmyard matter well decomposed farmyard matter made from cow dung, cow urine, waste grass material, paddy straw, waste material was obtained from local farmer in Anagari Mangalam. Collection of biofertilizers, agriculture extension center, Polo, Tiruvannamalai. Experimental feed present study was experimental feed was carried out private farm in Arnagari Mangalam village of Tiruvannamalai district during the year 2014 to May 2016. The features was groundnut dam. The farmyard manure, the present study. The experimental field of the Arnagari Mangalam. The experimental treatments, the experimental purpose are compost, farmyard manure, and biofertilizers applied with different combinations. Treatment 1 was control. Treatment 3 was compost plus farmyard manure. Treatment 4 was compost plus acetobacter. Treatment 5 compost plus Azotobacter plus farmyard manure. Treatment 6 was arm compost plus azospirillum. Treatment 7 was arm compost plus azospirillum plus farmyard manure. Treatment 8 was arm compost plus phosphobacteria. Treatment 9 was arm compost plus phosphobacteria and added with farmyard manure. Treatment 10 was arm compost added with rhizobium. Treatment 11 arm compost plus rhizobium added with farmyard manure. Field preparation. Field was well plowed, evenly leveled, made into 11 plots in the size 2.5 into 2.5 meters. The bunds were raised all around each plot to prevent the movement of the water and the nutrition from the one to another. Seed sowing and irrigation. The 11 plots were of old uniformly healthy seeds were selected and were directly sown in randomized blocks with spacing of 30 into 10 centimeters. All the recommended culture practices were carried out during the period of crop growth to the harvest. Morphological characters. Fresh samples were collected from 15th, 30th, and 16th day after the seed sowing as usually analyzed. Food length, root length, seed germination. The seed germination calculated following formula: seed germination, number of seeds germinated by number of seeds thrown in 100. Fresh weight and dry weight. The fresh weight samples of 15th, 13th, and 16th day were collected, washed, air dried, and weighed using electrical single band balance. The samples are kept in hot air, warmed at 80 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. Taken back and kept in the desiccator in 3 minutes. Dry weight of the samples are measured. Other information such as number of leaflets, root nodules per plants, day to first flowering, the total number of flowers, and the total number of pigs per plants were also collected and tabulated. Biochemical parameters, estimation of chlorophyll, estimation of protein content, estimation of amino acids, estimation of non-reducing sugars, and the estimation of total carbohydrate by Antron methods. Enzyme activities, estimation of catalase, estimation of polyphenol oxidase activity, and estimation of peroxide activity. Yield parameters, numbers of parts per plant, number of seeds per plant, under seed weight, seed yield per plant, groundnut oil yield in percentage. Physico-chemical properties of soil, refractive index of soil, estimation of free fatty acids, determination of iodine value, and determination of peroxide value. Nutrition of soil and arm compost, pH value, organic carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, iron, manganese, and zinc. The static analysis tools, standard deviation, and one-way ANOVA using SPSS software package. Resistance. Table 1 shows the efficacy of groundnut iron compost, different biofertilizers, and farmyard manure on seed germination of Arachis hypogaea. The 11th treatment of the present study was significantly increased the seed germination. Minimum seed germination was recorded controls when compared to other treatments. The photograph shows the 5th day plants. Table 2 shows the efficacy of the different treatments of present study on shoot length of Arachis hypogaea. The length of the shoot was gradually increased with the days after 6 weeks. The maximum shoot length was observed at treatment level compared to the control. Table 3 shows the efficacy of the different treatments of present study on root length of Arachis hypogaea. The length of the root was also gradually increased with the days after 6 weeks. The 11th treatment was recorded the maximum root length for all the days of observation. The second treatment was recorded at the least root length of compared to other control. Table 4 shows the efficacy of the different treatments of present study on fresh weight of Arachis hypogaea. The maximum fresh weight of was observed with the plants grown under the soil inoculated with groundnut compost combined with rhizobium and farmyard manure. The seedlings were growing under the second treatment was sold the least fresh weight of control. Table 5 shows the efficacy of the different treatments of present study on dry weight of Arachis hypogaea. The dry weight was gradually increased with the days after seed sowing. The highest dry weight of the plant was observed in the non-treatment of compared to that of control and the other treatment. The minimum dry weight of the plant was observed at control. Table 6 shows the number of leaflets per plant of Arachis hypogaea. The maximum number of leaflets per plant was recorded at the 11th treatment, where the minimum number of leaflets were counted in the control. Treatment 7. In this treatment 7 shows number of root nodules per plant of Arachis hypogaea. The highest number of root nodules per plant was recorded at the 11th treatment, and the minimum number of root nodules per plant was recorded at control compared to the other treatments. The photograph shows various treatments of 50 days. Table in days shows the efficacy of the different treatments of presence steady flowers per plant of Arachis hypogaea. The days of first flowering was observed on 24th day when the Arachis hypogaea plants growing under the 11th and 10th treatments. The control plants took the longest duration of 30 days for flowering. The total number of flowers per plant had high degree of variability as the plants growing in the 11th treatment had 51 flowers when compared to the control. The photograph shows various treatments at the time of flowering. In this table shows total number of pigs per plant of Arachis hypogaea. The highest number of pigs was found to be recorded by the 11th treatment, while the control was recorded a minimum number of pigs per plant in Arachis hypogaea. In this table shows chlorophyll A of Arachis hypogaea. The treatment inoculated with groundnut, compost, rhizobium, and farmyard manure was showed the maximum chlorophyll A content when compared to that of other treatments. The control was recorded minimum chlorophyll A content. In this table shows chlorophyll B of Arachis hypogaea. The same trend of the chlorophyll A was also recorded through chlorophyll B. In this table shows total chlorophyll of Arachis hypogaea. The 11th treatment was increased the total chlorophyll content, while a decreased total chlorophyll content was observed at control. In this table shows carotenoid of Arachis hypogaea. The same trend of the chlorophyll was also observed for the carotenoid content of Arachis hypogaea. In this table shows protein content of Arachis hypogaea. For all the treatments under the control, the protein content was gradually increased. The highest protein content was observed at the 11th treatment, while the lowest protein content was recorded at the control. In this table shows amino acid of Arachis hypogaea. Highest amino acid content was recorded at the 11th treatment as compared to that of control and other treatments. The lowest amino acid content was recorded at control. In this table shows reducing sugars of Arachis hypogaea. The reducing sugars was recorded highest at the 11th treatment, whereas the lowest reducing sugars content was recorded at the control when compared to that of other treatments. This table shows non-reducing sugar of Arachis hypogaea. The non-reducing sugars was recorded the highest values at the treatment combined with groundnut compost, rhizobium, and farmyard manure at that control. In this value shows the carbohydrate of Arachis hypogaea. The highest carbohydrate content was recorded in the 11th treatment inoculated with groundnut compost, rhizobium, and farmyard manure when compared to that of the other treatments under control. The lowest carbohydrate content was recorded at control. In this table shows catalyst activities of Arachis hypogaea. The maximum catalyst activities were recorded in the plants growing under the long treatment when compared to the tough control and other treatments. The lowest catalyst activities were observed at control. In the stable source, polyphenol oxidase activities of Arachis hypergia. The activity of polyphenol oxidase was observed maximum at the 11th treatment that inoculates with groundnut compost, rhizobium, and farmyard manner. The lowest polyphenol oxidase activities were observed at control. In the stable source, peroxide activities of Arachis hypergia. The maximum peroxide activities were observed at the treatment of groundnut compost combined with rhizobium and farmyard manure. The minimum peroxidase activities were observed at control. In the stable source, number of pots per plant of Arachis hypergia. The groundnut compost combined with rhizobium and farmyard manure was significantly increased the number of pots per plant as compared to the other treatments. The lowest number of pots per plant was observed at control. In the stable source, in this photograph shows treatment at the time of harvest. In the stable source, number of seeds per plant, underseed weight, and seed yield per plant of Arachis hypergia. The groundnut compost combined with rhizobium and farmyard manure was recorded the maximum number of seeds per plant, under seeds weight, and the seed yield per plant as compared to that of other treatments. The same parameters were found to be decreased with control. In the stable source, percentage of oil of Arachis hypergia, the oil content was increased the maximum level of 45.44% at the treatment inoculated with the groundnut compost combined with rhizobium and farmyard manure than the other treatments. The lowest oil content of 29.60% was observed at control. In this value shows refractive index of Arachis hypergia seed oil. The highest refractive index of groundnut oil was recorded at the seeds obtained from plants growing under the treatment of groundnut compost, rhizobium, and farmyard manure than the other treatments, whereas the lowest refractive index of oil was observed at control. In the stable source, in the stable source, free fatty acid content of Arachis hypergia. All the treatments except control were decreased the free fatty acid content of Arachis hypergia seed oil. Among the treatments, the 11th treatment was recorded a minimum amount of free fatty acid content, while the control was recorded high free fatty acid content. In the stable source, iodine value of Arachis hypergia seed oil. The maximum iodine value of seed oil was observed at the 11th treatment when compared to that of control and other treatments. The lowest iodine value of seed oil was observed in the control. In the stable source, peroxide value of Arachis hypergia seed oil. The control was showed that highest peroxide value, while the treatment combined with groundnut compost, rhizobium, and farmyard manure was recorded reduced peroxide value than other treatments. In this table shows the physiochemical properties of the soil. The physiochemical properties of pH, organic carbon, macronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and micronutrients, manganese, ions, zinc of the soil sampled from the treatments were found to be improved the soil sampled from control. Among the treatments, the 11th treatments inoculated with groundnut compost combined with rhizobium and farmyard manure was found to be recorded maximum values for these physiochemical properties. In the stable source, the nutritional analysis of groundnut compost used for the present study on Arachis hypergia. The presence of micronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, calcium are recorded in the groundnut compost used for the present study, as well as the micronutrients. Zinc was recorded. It was also found with presence of water-soluble carbon, lactic acid, and propionic acid. The pH value of the groundnut compost was 6.7. Summary. In the present study was germination of percentage. When added with groundnut compost combined with different biofertilizers such as acetobacter, azospirillum, phosphobacteria, rhizobium, and farmyard matter at different treatments. Treatment 1 to treatment 11 when compared to that of control. Among all the treatments, the 11 treatments, groundnut compost combined with rhizobium and farmyard matter found to be highest in seed germination percentage. The growth parameters such as root length, weight, weight, number of leaflets per plant, number of root nodules per plant, days of first flowering, total numbers of flowers per plant, and the total number of per plant, and the photosynthetic pigments, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and the total chlorophyll and the carotenoids of Arachis hypothia were significantly increased by all the treatments when compared to that of control at 15, 30, and 16 days of growth period. The biochemical traits of protein reducing sugar, non-reducing sugar, carbohydrates, amino acids, and the enzyme activities of catalase, peroxide, and polyphenol acids were found to be increased significantly in all treatments of groundnut compost at 30 and 50 days. The soil inoculation of different organic amendments such as acetobacter, azospirillum, phosphobacteria, rhizobium, and farmyard matter were revealed the promotive effects of yield parameters such as number of pods per plant, number of seeds per plant, underseed weight, and the yield per plant of Arachis hypothia as compared to that of the control. The combined addition of groundnut compost along with rhizobium and farmyard matter showed with maximum oil content, effective index, and IOD of Arachis hypothia. But free fatty acids and the peroxide value of groundnut oil was negatively correlated, indicates the quality improvement of the soil characteristics with above the observation. The soil test showed the highest soil pH, organic carbon percentage, available nitrogen, potassium, magnesium, ions, and manganese were recorded in the soil inoculated with groundnut compost, rhizobium, and farmyard matter. For the analysis of groundnut compost, for the presence of nutrition, showed significant amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, calcium, zinc, water-soluble carbon, lactic acid, and propionic acid present in the soil indicates the improvement of the soil quality. Conclusion. It was concluded that from the present study as a more sustainable agriculture practice such as natural nutrition supplies promote the soil health and efficiency in plant growth through the bio matter and biocompost and microbial inoculation. The present investigation show that the combined inoculation of groundnut compost with different biofertilizers, namely acetobacter, azospirillum, phosphobacteria, and rhizobium, and farmyard manure had more efficacy in promoting the seed germination, growth, biochemical constraints, and the enzyme activities of yield rates of Arachis hypothia. Then which indicates the best formulation nutrition based for groundnut cultivation practice. Besides, these combinations supplies nutrition to the soil. It favors and stimulates various metabolism of crop plants that enhance the growth and yield of the crop plants. This also concluded that the above the combination was improves soil structure and decrease the plant parameters. Therefore, the simple practice of application eco-friendly groundnut compost combined with different biofertilizers and farmyard manure to crop plants in cost effective and can be recommended. It is alternative method of fertilization the plant growers for achieving better seed germination, growth, and yield of Arachis hypogaea. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Madhivanan, for a nice and clear presentation. The session is now open for discussion. I invite all the participants to post your questions. I don't know whether you can able to unmute the mic and speak, or otherwise you can simply type on the chat box, which I will read out to Mr. Madhivanan. So I really encourage and invite the participant to post questions on chat box. Any questions?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am Jainti, research scholar, Orange Anna Government Arts College in Cheyyan. My author name is Dr. P. Ramalingam. One
Yeah,
question,
kindly
sir.
post your question. Yeah.
Okay, sir. How many papers you have published, sir?
No problem.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes, madam. You continue.
Continue.
Sir. Sir, how many papers you have published, sir?
2 papers.
2 papers. Okay, sir. Your paper published in Impact of Fact, sir. Tell me, sir.
The 2.3. It is a journal of engineering technology and innovative research. Google Scholar, impact factor,
Okay, sir.
1.6.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Good, sir. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, madam. So anybody because this is such a key topic of impacting food security, agriculture and food security. So I invite really some subject and technical questions from the participants.
Madhivanan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Just you had that you had applied a statistical analysis for your data, all the data.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you had applied a statistical analysis. Actually, you had done multiple comparison analysis actually, but I could not see any of the results of this multiple comparison test in your tables actually. So just you are mentioning only the highest and the lowest actually. What about the differences how between the various treatments you had given? Actually, you are not distinguished the separation, mean separation were not done in any of the tables actually.
0.05 significantly. 0.05.
No, what was the post hoc analysis you had used for your statistical analysis? Post hoc analysis. What post hoc analysis?
One-way ANOVA methods.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir.
What type of ANOVA? What type of ANOVA you had used actually?
It is a statistical tool, sir. One-way ANOVA.
You see, your experimental design for some of your parameters actually there are more than one factor actually. For example, there were treatments and there you also measured it at different time points actually, different days actually. Then how could you compare it? How could you analyze it with a one-way ANOVA actually?
Yes.
Have you got my point actually?
Yes.
Answer.
15 and 30 and the 60 days intervals to observe the.
Yeah. You have got two factors actually. One is actually the treatments, and another one is actually the different days actually, or different time points actually.
Yes.
And how could you analyze this with a one-way ANOVA? You should have used a two-way ANOVA for this analyzing these factors actually, this particular parameters?
It's one way ANOVA compared to this.
Again, there is also another problem, Madhivanan, actually. See, parametric analysis like ANOVA requires normal distribution of data. Did you check the data for normality prior to your statistical analysis?
Yes, sir.
What normality test have you used for testing the normality?
Professor Jayaraman.
Yeah.
Actually, we are a biologist. Actually, doesn't know much deep in analysis of statistics. So he approached some statistician for analyzing the given the data and asked him to compare the experimental error or whatever mean and the mode and everything. And experimental the parameter ways one way is done, but the time frame is compared and analyzed. So it's not given that multi way analysis. So only the errors and the particular experiment, particular the results. So the errors are very minimal like that. So that's why convinced, sir.
So again, you should have, because we do not know whatever the treatments that were significantly different actually, because you should have done the
Yes.
post hoc analysis and you should have presented the results of this post hoc analysis in your tables.
Yes, Professor. Actually, we are considering your thing. Actually, it's good for this type of study also. So we will publication before going for publication. Definitely, we'll apply once again. We apply the data and do it for the publication, Professor.
Actually, okay. There is also one more question just I wanted to put to you actually, because this influence of this biofertilizers or what we say it as compost or any applications actually, the response of plants actually or the crops tends to vary with the varieties as well as the soil types and other things actually. Why was this not taken into consideration while designing your experiment?
Yes, sir.
Because you had used a single variety of groundnut actually, and you have done it in a single field actually, a single soil type actually. But this tends to vary with soil type and plant crop varieties actually. Did you consider this when you're designing the experiment?
Hello, Mr. Madhivanan. Can you hear Professor's question? So what's your plan? Maybe in future you can try to do, you can expand it with different varieties, different soil types. And I also would like to add with Professor Muthukumar that even seasons are also very important.
Yeah, more than one season, it should have more than one crop actually, you should have analyzed.
So Professor Madhivanan, maybe we can take up all these very good suggestions from the professor for future studies to further check whether really those have any effect, and especially the statistics. I also concur with the professor because during your presentation, I noted down some points to comment on.
Excuse me, sir. And
Hello?
some native cases, I think so, sir. They left the meeting. Yes, sir. They will join shortly, sir.
Okay, I will wait. Mr. Madhivanan, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Madhivanan.
Yes, sir.
Respond பண்ண சொல்லுங்க.
So can you hear?
Time is
Are you able to hear?
able.
So let me continue. So
Different parameters.
So professor has commented on you.
Hey, Professor asked why you only taken single variety and single soil type. Why you are not taken so many comparison of other more than one variety and more than one soil like that? Why you not done?
So what I am suggesting is maybe we can take up this in future studies because this needs further experiment to confirm that.
Due to time constraints.
Professor, let me continue, Jayaraman sir. Let me finish.
Sir, I will have to conduct this kind of research is other economically important crops to improve the hiring.
Okay, Professor Madhivanan, what I am suggesting is that you can take up this as a future works, for example, to expand with other varieties and also soil types and more importantly seasons.
Yes, sir.
To double confirm before.
In this variety, these best varieties. Sir.
Yeah, because I
For
concur with Professor
Tirunamalai, Vidupur, and Kadalur district. Farmers used in this variety.
So you have taken this because this is frequently used by farmers.
Yes.
Okay, then next question, which is more critical and important. I also concur with the professor's comment. In all your presentation slides, although in methods you mentioned that enough statistics have been performed, but none of the table shows any significant difference, without which we cannot confirm that really these treatments have enhanced the productivity in terms of pod and other parameters, which is weak and which is really very important. So you should have done the initial tests and single ANOVA. It is not single; it's two-way ANOVA. We should help you to do further test, post test with something like any other ANOVA in SPS to confirm that these are really significant. I think T11. So such type of some post-hoc test should have been done really to strengthen the presentation, which is also not there in your tables, and also the presentation throughout you haven't italicized that Araki said that is one kind of typo error. All right. So I am going back to Professor Muthukumar. If you have further comments, please.
Yeah, you can open it to other audiences. So
yeah.
other
So thank you very much,
yeah.
Professor. Now again, I am opening it back to audiences. Please come forward and put your questions. This is a time to discuss. I really encourage and invite all the audiences. Any other questions, suggestions from the audiences? You can also type on chat box. If you don't have a provision to unmute the mic, you can simply type on the chat box, which I will read out. I think no one is responding. Professor, shall we proceed with
yeah, if nobody is questioning, that's okay. You can conclude.
Exam.
So let me take upon this opportunity to present before you the reports of Indian and foreign examiners. In fact, both the examiners have appreciated the work and the supervisor and the candidate. On my point of view, also this is really a work of importance, especially impacting the agriculture. When we are struggling hard on the hands of climate change to improve the productivity, especially 2050, more than 9 billion people will be added into this Mother Earth. So we really need to have a low impact on the environment, especially without the use of all these chemical fertilizers. And I have a few more my own questions, and also one from the foreign examiner to Mr. Madhivanan. So we have done lots of these parameters analysis in soil and also the Arachis hypoxia column. Why you haven't tested these nutrients, especially nitrogen, phosphorus, other parameters you analyzed in soil and also on the manure, but you haven't analyzed especially in the plant.
Audible.
Professor Madhivanan, can you hear me? Hello. I think there is some.
We are hearing. Mic come here. Come here.
Yeah. You can answer now. So you got my question. My question is You analyze lots of parameters on the soil, manure, and column, but have you analyzed
Yes,
how
sir.
much is taken up by the plant, without which the ration is lacking? Although you
Yes, sir.
analyzed, so why you didn't?
250 feet, sir, for each plant. Each treatments are 250 feet.
Yeah, that is clear. But my question is, you analyzed lots of nutrient parameters like phosphorus, nitrogen,
Yes, sir.
on the soil. So why you haven't analyzed on the plant those parameters?
So after harvesting the plants, to analyze the uh, soil nutrition.
Soil
Both the
nutrient you
macro and the
analyzed, yeah. So
Yes, sir.
so you should have also analyzed the same nutrient in the plant on different parameters you performed, so that you can say compared to control, this much nutrients is going up. You produced the yield, most of the yield data, phenotypic data, yield data, but actually the real mechanism by which these are reflected is kind of missing. So if you connect it with some nutrient parameters, it would be help. And also for the future direction, I also advise you and suggest you to take up some further molecular studies. For example, when you use rhizobacteria and phosphobacteria, there are lots of chances to upload the phosphorus, enhance the phosphorus uptake. So that parameters would go.
Phosphorus soluble bacteria, solubilizing bacteria.
Yes, professor. So, but you haven't mentioned actually any kind of depth biochemical and molecular analysis. For example, you can analyze how much nutrient is there on the soil and how much is taken up by the plant among these various parameters, and also some molecular studies. Since now we are into next generation sequencing, these are available. So you can include kind of simple gene expression, even RT-PCR, extending this investigation into further horizon to reveal other facts and mechanism of yield. But this is basically a very good work. I hope you will take all these positively and maybe extend all these studies in future projects. That's a seasonal effect, which is already asked by the professor. Also, in most of the variations, the photographs, these are not question, kind of comment to improve your presentation. Most of the slides where you presented the plant and the scale is missing. Usually, in the research, when you photograph the plants, you should put some scale and bar, so that we actually know what is the real height of the plant. Similarly, you showed some photograph for treatment, just a long shot, where we couldn't apparently see any variation between T1, T2, T3. So all of them look same. So these are the areas where you can improve, and the statistics already asked again by the professor. All right. So I have some questions from the Indian and foreign examiners. I think I already asked those from the Indian examiner, and I will read out some from the foreign examiner. So we can take this opportunity to answer this. This is the question. All the experiment assays were performed in triplicate wherever it's necessary in the present study. They were analyzed statistically and expressed as mean of 3 and standard deviation. You were mentioned as the level of significance for 0.05%. What is 0.05%? Again, there is a question on statistics. Furthermore, based on analysis, the experiments are significant. When you mentioned the result section, but did not tell us about the significance between the different combination of biofertilizer and also which combination are statistically significant and compared to other. I think this mostly covered by the professor from the university nominee professor. So I will move on to the next one. Could you explain the audience how the data are useful for those who are already using different biofertilizer combination? You got the question, Professor Madhivanan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Any
What is your answer?
How the data are useful for those who were already using different biofertilizer combinations?
Yes, sir. The best practice in treatment level, am composed, farmyard manner, and rhizobia. is the best combination for higher growth yield.
All right. Okay. The next question. Why you have selected those bacterial species? Any rationale?
Yes, the bacterial species are commercially available in the market, and the farmers are already using the bacterial species only for the cultivation. The present study, the species were selected in the efficacies in combination with Bironatam support and farmyard manner, improving the growth and yield attributes.
So, all right. The next question. Based on your results, you showed that by using groundnut compost, which combined with different biofertilizers can improve the overall growth and other traits. Can you share the audience how that is important? Again, that's a kind of question overlaps with my own question. So you showed a kind of result directly, the yield, and we are more interested to know the mechanism by which the yield is reflected. Whether it is through transport of more nutrient or expression of any related gene kind of thing. So I hope we will connect these gaps in future studies. All right. So these are the questions I have. In fact, both the examiners have highly appreciated the work, the supervisor and the candidate for this work. So once again, I give the opportunity to any audience. This is a last chance to post any questions. Since it's a open house viva, I appreciate the questions from the public audiences. I think no other. Professor, can we conclude?
Yeah, if there are no more questions, you can conclude, sir.
All right. So based on past 1 hour deliberation on the thesis of Professor Madhivanan, we had a chance to listen to his findings through his presentation, and there were some critical questions from the university nominee, Professor Madhivanan, Professor Muthukumar, and I also posted my own questions and of those from the Indian and foreign examiners. So based on all these deliberations and analysis, I think you all concur with me in recommending to the University of Bharatiyar University to award the Ph.D. to Mr. Madhivanan. Hope hereafter he will be called as Dr. Madhivanan. Congratulations, Dr. Madhivanan. So I also take this opportunity to thank
thank you. Thank you, Professor Dr. Sis.
So let me conclude with two more lines, sir.
Yes.
So I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Jayaraman sir and also Bharatiyar University by giving this opportunity to oversee the thesis and bio of Mr. Madhivanan. My special thanks to Professor Muthukumar, who is really technically very active throughout this session. Thank you, one and all. I hand over to Dr. Jayaraman.
Thank you, Caesar, Dr. Caesar. I thank you, Dr. Professor Muthukumar also. I thank you one and all patiently listening this viva-voce examination and also commented on various points. I appreciate my student also for a good presentation. I thank you one and all again. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Professor Muthukumar, sir. Any comment further regarding this viva?
Also, congratulations to you as well as to your candidate Madhivanan actually. Right. So thank you, Dr. Caesar, actually, for joining this viva actually. Thank you.
I want to especially thanks to Professor Muthukumar. He's readily accepted, even though the nominee was changed the last month on Saturday. Professor Muthukumar instantly accepted this opportunity for us. Thank you. My special thanks to Professor Muthukumar also to observe this viva and conduct the viva section. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Professor.
Shall we close? Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Can you name, sir? Professor.
Yeah, we can.
Sir. Can name. Okay, Professor.
Sir, இந்த வந்துட்டு actually the number of participants was 50 lakh.
ஆமா சார்
So, okay. So number of participants 50 actually. So you submit your report actually. I will be
Yes,
submitting
sir.
the report
I will
independently.
give
Okay.
all the reports, sir. After. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. So
You give.
recording, and the recording copy also you should also attach
Submit
with your report actually.
Yes, Professor. Yes, Professor. We are
Okay,
arranging
so
everything.
Okay.
Attendance certificate, attendance sheet, and recording the viva-voce and other reports also. Everything. Your report you will be giving separately to university.
I will be.
Then we will. Thank you, Professor. We will do it, Professor.
Okay,
And
sir. Okay.
I convey my special. How
Yeah,
then
once
how is
again-
your research center going, sir?
Yeah, it's going on fine actually. Once again, congratulations, right? For both actually, for you
How
and
is
your
my
student.
student, our student, sir, Damodaran?
Balachandar is here actually.
Sorry, Balachandar.
Yeah, he was here actually. Bala.
Bala is almost doing actively with you. I think today we are talking with the other professor. He is a good student of our college in that batch.
Okay.
Okay,
Fine.
sir, thank you. Convey my best
Okay.
regards to him, Professor. That's it. Just
Sure,
asking
sure.
him. Okay,
Okay,
I will
sure.
meet you and come
Okay.
from a time. So thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Professor.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you.
அவங்க பாத்துக்கலாம்